Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 investments, be it time investments or money investments, that have massively boosted my productivity and earning potential. First up, we're going to start with my trusty whiteboard. This purchase was made very shortly after reading the book, The 12-Week Year by Brian Morgan. Really good book. The author explains how the main barriers that hold us back from earning our worth isn't our lack of knowledge, it isn't our lack of skill, it isn't our lack of expertise that we tend to think it is. It's often our lack of execution. And I know this has definitely been the case for me. I'll get stuck in the planning and the analysis stage so often, overthinking things, and then struggle to take the necessary action steps. I always found that it was easier to stay in the comfort zone of planning than to actually execute on my ideas. I knew what I needed to do, but I just kept finding ways to avoid doing it. So I bought a whiteboard, and on it, I break down my 12-week goal for the quarter into this week's action steps. And just by having this up on my wall as I'm working, having this visual, tangible representation of my priorities and action steps and seeing those tasks laid out in front of me every single day as I work has made me a lot more focused on the right things. And then at the end of the week, I review where I'm at, tick things off, and then spend some time planning for the next week and writing up the next week's action plan. I've just found that having a whiteboard has really helped me develop an execution mindset. The structure and the accountability that has come from having a whiteboard has definitely cut my project completion time and therefore increasing my hourly rate. That's the first purchase. The next one that's made a huge difference are these headphones. These were around £220, $280, but after experiencing the power of noise cancelling technology, I'll never be able to go back to regular earphones. I don't know how I spent so long without having noise cancelling earphones. And the reason why these are so effective, well, have you ever found yourself turning off the radio when you're lost, or finding it really hard to concentrate or read something when someone around you or next to you is talking really loudly? It wasn't until I started using these noise cancelling headphones that I realized how much all the background noise around me was draining my cognitive resources and my ability to focus. When I put my headphones on, I just enter into this peaceful, distraction-free environment that is in full focus zone. And there's some really interesting research on how athletes used pre-performance routines to help them get into a state of deep focus for optimal performance. For me, putting on these noise cancelling headphones is like my own pre-work ritual. Most of the time, I don't even play any music through them. I just put them in, turn my phone on airplane mode, close down all the tabs on my laptop except for the one that I'm working on. And that's my routine. And I've noticed on the days that I don't do one of those 3 steps, my productivity just plummets. It takes me 5 hours to do what it would take me otherwise 1 hour to finish. Definitely recommend investing in noise cancelling headphones if you haven't already. Number 3, and this is more of a time investment than a money investment, and it's stacking old skills with new unique skills. Increasing your skill set will increase your pay. But the math of skill stacking is that you want 1 + 1 to equal 3. So to explain using my own career, every time I made a pivot, I've intentionally tried to pair unique skills together. So I started in the corporate world in back office within a bank, crunching numbers, analyzing data. I thought this would be a solid career choice, but I hated my role. So I stayed in the division just to complete my accountancy qualification. I knew that would carry credibility later on. And then I made a lateral move into strategy. There, I learned how to structure my ideas effectively, learned about front office products. Through those skills, I moved into front office where I learned about communication, the art of persuasion. And then my latest career pivot has allowed me to leverage my entire skill stack from my corporate career while adding new skills that aren't usually paired with the existing skills that I had. So skills like copywriting, how to communicate through social media. These are all, together with the skills I had, a unique solution that has increased my potential for earning even more. Skill stacking is about drawing upon everything you've learned to make yourself a unique solution today. This doesn't diminish the importance of specialist knowledge, but the more skills you can pair and the more unique those pairings are, the higher your earning potential. One of the most important skills that I believe everyone should have to increase their earning potential is curiosity. Being a constant learner will keep you relevant and will help you avoid career stagnancy. And that is where I like to introduce today's sponsor, that is Brilliant. Brilliant is where you learn by doing. With thousands of interactive lessons in maths, data analysis, programming, and AI, it's designed to help you build your critical thinking skills through problem solving, not memorizing. So while you're building real knowledge on specific topics, you'll also become a better thinker. I've just completed their Exploring Data Visually course, which uses real world data to train you to see trends and make better informed decisions. Brilliant have also recently added a ton of new content and data, so you can start or you can continue learning data analysis and how to visualize massive data sets to make them easier to interpret. And you'll also be testing your learning by working with real data sets from big companies like Starbucks and like Spotify. They're always adding new courses to their lessons. It's a really fun fun way to learn new skills, and you can do it from as little as 10 minutes a day. You can check out all of their courses for free for a full 30 days over on brilliant.org/Nischa or using the link in the description. And with the same link, you'll also get 20% off of the annual premium subscription. Number 4, my bigger monitor. I've always been used to 2 or 3 screens. In banking, the sales and trading floor had setups with 3 screens, and almost every other division had at least 2. Cognitive science research shows that our brains process information better when we can view related content side by side. We're able to take in and break down information from loads of sources simultaneously when they're all within our view. And it allows us to make faster connections, spot patterns more easily, and switch between tasks a lot more easily and with greater fluency. Research has consistently shown that using multiple screens can increase productivity by 20 to 50% compared to using just a single screen. And although I don't have a triple monitor screen, I don't think it's necessary, I found that just having a single, larger 27-inch display has allowed me to easily view 2 windows side by side. I keep my research materials open on one side and then I write and analyze on the other without constantly having to toggle between the tabs or shuffle windows around. The only caveat is that you do need to make sure you have a big enough desk to accommodate this larger screen. My previous desk was really narrow, so the screen was really close up to my face and I have to keep turning left and right to be able to see one side of the screen and then another. Now getting a bigger screen and a screen that is big but not too big has made all the difference in allowing me to take full advantage of the bigger screen real estate. And number 5, tombstones. In the world of finance, we have something called tombstones. These are physical glass or metal plaques that were awarded when you closed a significant deal or you achieved a major milestone. When someone got a tombstone, they'll put it on their table, they'll put it in the office, they'll post about it on LinkedIn, they would include it on their CV. They would make sure that that tombstone was known about. And while we may not have literal tombstones in our day-to-day lives, we can create our own digital tombstones to build a strong personal brand and thereby increasing our rate and earning potential. And it's very small things that compounded add to your overall value. So posting on LinkedIn about events you've organized or things that you've led outside of work, sharing your work on a personal website, on a blog, on social media channels, participating as a speaker or a panelist at industry events. As I've started accumulating more of these digital tombstones, so I've been featured in publications, I do corporate talks, I have my professional qualifications, I always mention these small tombstones that I'm adding to my credentials list, which have allowed me to charge more and more or higher rates for doing the same thing that I did for far less a few years ago. It's a compounding effect. The more tombstones you can accumulate, the more leverage you have to command better opportunities and a higher pay. So those are 5 investments that have massively boosted my income and productivity. If you like this video, you may also enjoy this video right here on 9 things I started buying to make more money. Enjoy.